G'day everyone, Little Aussie Collector here. Welcome back to the channel and the first video for 2023. So it is the 1st of January here, so I thought I'd do a quick room tour as we sit on the 1st of Jan 2023. Even though there's a couple of nice pieces coming in shortly, I thought we would just do a quick room tour for those that are new to the channel. You haven't had a good look at this yet, but for those that have been subscribed for a while, nice chance to recap on some of the pieces that we've got. So we've basically got two rooms here. We're going to show you the main living dining area room here that we've got, which is all decked out. And we've also got the theatre room, which is a sort of very much a work in progress. So we're going to kick it off with that theatre room there. And this is where I've got the horror collection, and I'm also going to be putting some Star Wars in here in the next month or two. So let's get cracking here, and we're going to start in here. Now it is a work in progress, guys, so just bear with me, it's still a bit messy. So we've got a couple of nice art prints up here. So some Star Wars art prints up on the wall, and also some Warner Brothers ones. So you can see the Warner Brothers in the suits there, Bugs and Daffy. And then we kick over to the horror section of the theatre room. So we'll just give you a bit of a wide view there. Now this is going to be growing in 2023. We do have 4 big pieces coming in this year, 2 hopefully arriving around March, April-ish. And then we've got another one coming in maybe in around July. So we'll start off with the first bust. We've got the ECC Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th final chapter. Now this is a custom mask with it. The original masks that ECC came out with, I didn't care for too much, so I got this from Cursed Camp Studios. So a really nice replica mask there. So that is the ECC Jason Voorhees life-size bust. Down into the Sideshow Chucky from this one. He's from Cedar Chucky, and this one has been in the collection for many a year now. He's one of the oldest pieces I've got in the collection, and still a great looking piece. So he's a full scale 1-to-1. Now next to him, not really in the horror section, but still looks nice in this area here, is the Blade 2 Reaper bust. Again from ECC, quite a nice bust here. And just to give it a little bit of, to show you in the under view there, which is really nice. So you can get that full portrait, so the mouth really wide and open. Nice details there on the ECC Reaper bust. And next to him is the Blue Box Hyper Valak version 2. This is a silicon bust made by Blue Box Hyper, and this is the newest edition in the horror / theatre room section. This is a 1-to-1 scale bust, really nice. Now the eyes do light up, and it's a full silicon portrait with even silicon tongue in there. Really nice piece. And to match up with the ECC Jason is the ECC Freddy. So this piece here, I think has got some terrific eyes with it. That's the highlight of the bust here for me, is the eyes. Now this has got the original hat with it. I am going to probably source a third-party hat that looks a little bit better than this. But overall, it's still a nice bust. This is from the Dream Warriors movie, so Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. This section does light up in here as well, and it's quite nice. But as a pair, I think as a pair, these two, the Jason and the Freddy, are very nice together. Now, last but not least, in the horror room, we couldn't have a horror room without my man, Michael Myers. And this is a 1/3 from PCS. Now, this is the exclusive version, which has an extra knife, the bloody knife, and it also has the tombstone and pumpkin, which will give you a look down low here. There we go, there's the tombstone and pumpkin. So a very nice addition. We are looking forward to PCS's Leatherface and Ghostface coming in shortly. We're hoping maybe March for us just in Australia. I know that in the US, people are expecting those two pieces in February. So for us here in Ausland, probably another a month away. So that's the horror section there. We just stand back. That's how they sort of look in the one shot. Really nice. Everything is decent in here with it. But looking forward to getting some custom shelves. Now they're coming in February, guys, some custom shelving. So on the other side, we've got some more Star Wars prints. We've got here a Yoda, which has got to go back on the walls, just doing some measurements. And another Yoda. That's where the first Yoda is. And then we've got the Han Solo and Chewbacca. And that one's also signed. So that's the horror room / Star Wars section. So these Star Wars busts that you're going to see shortly, I think you're going to come in here with a few other pieces. So we come out into the main area, main living area. And before we duck into the living room, we have got here the Swarovskis and a life-size R2-D2, fully operational. The Swarovskis collection here, very nice. And we've got a couple other prints. So we've got another Star Wars print here. This one's my favorite Star Wars print out of all of them. Fabulous piece here. And lucky enough to have the very first number 1 of 5 PP there, as we can see. On top of that, we have my big Avengers print, which is signed by Stan Lee. So this is a really nice canvas. I've had this in the collection for the best part of 6 years now. Very nice piece, it sits up there. And then I've got a BB-8 piece that sits on the top of the R2. It's very hard to get some good video of these prints, guys, just with reflections, etc. But that is the R2 from Sideshow Collectibles. So this piece has been in the collection for 6 years now as well, and was my first 1-to-1 rule life-size scale piece. And as you guys know, these pieces are very expensive, so it's still the only one that I've got. Now when we come through here, this is the main room that we've got everything else in. So we're going to do a quick scoot around here of this room, and I'll also show you a couple of additions that are coming in the next month. So as we walk in, we're going to go from right to left. So we're going to start off with my Jurassic Park Iron Studios 1/10 scale. Now people think 1/10, geez, it's only a small piece when you look at the bust, but really it's a long piece. It's about 75 centimeters in length and about 45 centimeters in height. So a nice piece here from Iron Studios. And we have with that the 1-to-1 hatching Raptor, and that one's by Chronicle Collectibles. So we start off with a bit of Jurassic Park, and we come across to the ECC Gizmo. So very underrated piece. This one here is quite expensive though, so I think a lot of people shied away from this piece because of the expense, but you are getting sort of 2 pieces in one. I think for me, the highlight of this piece here is the melting gremlin at the back. It is really well done. That's why I've got it on the display here, where you can actually walk around it a little bit and have a look. He's with Giz. He's looking luscious, let's say, and a very famous scene from Gremlins #2. I think everyone needs a Gizmo in their collection. We move from Giz over to other than the Star Wars movie franchise, my favorite franchise movies, and that is the Rocky Balboas. So we've got 3 main pieces here, and we've also got 3 pieces still to come. So we're only 3 out of 6 here. So we'll start on the bottom left with the Scheinberg. For me, still the #1 Rocky statue for me. I just love this statue. Those Rocky fans will know exactly what we're talking about with that. Into the 1/3, which is the PCS 1/3. I've gone for the Rocky 2 with the Italian stallion robe. Very nice. Got a fair bit of height to it, so it does have a bit of punch to it. And then we have got, I think out of all of them, the great portrait here of all the Rocky ones we've got, and this one is the Blitzway 1/4 with Butkus from Rocky 2. So Rocky gets his own little display here. Now these 3 pieces are going to move to here, hopefully in about 7 to 10 days, because sitting right here, guys, is going to be the 1/3 Prime 1 Jungle Hunter Deluxe. Now, the base takes the entire footprint there of what all those Rockies are taking, and he's tall, so he's going to come up to about that height. So that is where the 1/3 Jungle Hunter is going, and we are hoping that that is here in about 1 week's time. So again, that's where the Rockies are going to sit right here. Now we move across, and we've got a little bit more of a Star Wars setup here with these pieces. Now they are going to be moving into the theatre room, especially the top pieces here. So we'll just go through these pretty quickly. We have got the 1/6 Sideshow Fall of the Empire. Fantastic statue, this one here. I don't have many 1/6 statues, that's for sure, but if they ever did this in a 1/4 or a 1/3, oh my lord, I would be a happy camper. But great looking piece, and very highly sought after on the aftermarket, this piece. Terrific from Sideshow. This is one of their best 1/6 on the Star Wars scale. Moving across to the 1/4 scale XM Studios Luke. Nice looking piece here. One of the better Lukes that you can find. XM did a cracking job here on 2 things in particular. The suit, great vibrant yellow, orange, and really cracking there. And the portrait, so I'll just try and get that portrait in for you guys. Bit difficult with the lights, but the portraits are cracking there, as you can see. Great portrait there. Yeah, so the orange snowsuit, really nice. Certainly one of my favorite Star Wars pieces. Next up on top here is we've got another 1/6 Vader here. Now this 1/6 Vader will be getting replaced at some stage with a 1/4 if we can find a 1/4 scale in Australia, with the little battery lights as being the issue there. So we're looking forward to maybe getting a Mythos Vader in. Next door is the Falcon. So an EFX Millennium Falcon diecast. Really nice, does light up, and you can move him all the way around. You can see the back here. Really good looking piece. Some quite detailed top there, as you can see. So this is I'm not sure actually, I think it's a 1/42nd scale or something around those lines. It might even be 1/38th, but nice piece. And next door we have the life-size Grogu from Mandalorian. Tell me, everyone's got to be looking forward to season 3. 1st of March, so 2 months to go for a bit more Grogu love. This is a life-size from Sideshow Collectibles. And next to Grogu is the legendary scale Yoda from Empire. So Yoda is my favorite Star Wars character, and this piece here is really nice. Now this is what they call a legendary scale. I think Sideshow is saying that the legendary scales are basically half, so half scale. So nice piece there, nice weathering on his suit. And then we got down the 3 busts here. So we have got the Darth Maul. So apologies for the reflections here, guys. So we've got the Darth Maul here in the case, and we've got the Vader Now the Vader has got the portrait, of course, which is just sitting over there, but I display it with the helmet. And then we've got the Yoda on the last one there. That's the life-size Yoda. So they are all the Star Wars sections there. So from Star Wars we move to a bit of Marvel, and if we just come back a step here, you guys can see sort of how that's laid out. Now I've got a few pieces here to show you. So we've got the life-size Infinity Gauntlet. Now this is a cracking piece, lights up, pulse factor as well. You can individually light these up. Really nice piece. Straight up into Queen Studios for the next couple of pieces. So we have the 1:1 scale for Black Panther. Nice looking bust. Has got the blue torch effect. So if you put the blue light on there, you do get to see some Wakanda language and writing on the suit. Really nice. And then we move up into two of the premium silicon busts that we've got. So on the right, we've got the Hulk. So from Infinity War again, Queen Studios. Good looking character, isn't he? So the big fella, the Hulk. So some really nice details there in the mouth. We can see some stubble and the eyes. His hair's really nicely done there. Actually, I should sort of mess it up a little bit, I reckon. So we have the Hulk, and then next to the Hulk, so just to give you some size comparison, we do have the Thanos. So the Thanos has got a terrific base here, which sort of gets hidden a little bit, actually. I'll try and get a little bit of view there. He's got some really nice features in there, but he sort of does get hidden a little bit. But the Queen Studios Thanos bust, again, some great teeth and eyes. So they're the two silicon busts for the Marvels. And then we move into this cracking Mark III Iron Man bust. Ripping piece this is. Colors here on the suit are magnificent. Arc reactor lights up in a couple of different ways. Fantastic piece. Looking over his right shoulder. Sometimes I like the busts that are looking over a little bit, like not so straight on, and then others I prefer straight on, but this one here really fits the collection nicely. Some really cracking details on this bust. So Queen, this one here I'm really happy with. I think Queen did a terrific job with this one. I've seen many people with the Mark VII lately, and so many people are unhappy with the pose, with it looking down and the paint, but if you get the Mark III, you'll be happy. So we move across. So we move in from the Marvel into the DC world. So we've got three main pieces here from the DCs. So we're going to start off with the Infinity Studios life-size Henry Cavill. Have a look at this piece, guys. This is absolutely stunning. I love this piece. Magnificent. Yeah, brilliant piece. So a lot of people come over and they have a look at the hairs on the arms. That's how much detail we've got in here. We do have hairs there on the arms and the on both sides. But the suit is cracking. Like, the texture on here is fantastic. Certainly one of my best pieces, I think, in the collection. And then that magnificent portrait. Fabulous piece, guys. Nice stubble. Moving across to the left, we have got Joker Batman set up from Queen Studios with the combo base. So Queen Studios pumped the combo base out about a year after they produced these two, and it just replicates that scene from Dark Knight perfectly. So we do have two portraits for the Batman. We've got him with a cowl, and then we've also got him on his own there. But in this scene, you've got to have him with the cowl, don't you? So he just stands right behind the Joker and looking menacing. Now, these two busts that are on either side are the biggest busts in the collection. So Don't get me wrong, this 1/3 piece from Queen Studios, this Joker and Batman set, is quite big. It just gets a little bit dwarfed because of the Infinity Studios size of their torso busts. But here he is, there's Joker. Fantastic. Great work from Queen Studios on this piece. So we do have the the Infinity Studios bust coming. We don't know if it's coming in February or March or April, so that will be coming, and it'll be a big addition to the cave. So next to him, we've got the Ben Affleck Batman from Infinity Studios, and this is the biggest piece in the collection other than the R2. Ginormous, really a three-dimensional type statue with it, because you can look at it from all different angles here. And we've got some great details with a proper leather cape. Really good. With the batarang. The stubble here is a highlight of this bust, as you can see in the eyes. So, Infinity Studios, do not disappoint, guys. If you've got a piece from Infinio, congrats. If you're looking at one, jump on, they are fantastic. All right, we're gonna move across again. So we've got a little gizmo section here, down here, guys. Very briefly, just a small little gizmo section. So we move back into a bit of Marvel World, and we've got the Sideshow new Spider-Man bust, which is a really nice piece, especially for the price point. He's got this lurking forward, like sort of coming out of the wall type design, and it really does sit well on the shelf here. He's not a big character, of course, like in size. He's not a big man or anything like that, but in the suit, looks really nice as he's leaching forward, and you can see some really nice definition there in the suit. Underrated piece, this, guys, from Sideshow Collectibles. Next to him, if we have a Spider-Man, we've got to have a Venom, don't we? So this is the Queen Studios life-size Venom bust, and just is impressive. Big, ugly, venomous, looking great. The highlight here, two things: the teeth, cracking job on the teeth. We can see they're sort of triple layered, and we've got some saliva hanging off the teeth, and then obviously the tongue. Some terrific work with the tongue, with the saliva. Really nice piece, and as a little combo they look good together. Underneath we've just got a little T2. That's a Pure Arts bust, but it's sort of a mask bust. Got some really nice light up features to it, and we've got a Stripe from Gremlins. So that's a half scale replica Stripe with his chainsaw. Some great sort of real good memories from Gremlins 1 there, and obviously T2, some of my fave movies there. Yeah, we're moving up, and we're getting towards the end here, guys. We've got a couple of nice busts to go. So we've got the Queen Studios Alita. Fantastic piece, still top 5 in the collection, even with these other editions that we've had in the last year. There's not many busts that have got a better portrait than this. Fantastic piece. Looking forward to adding some more Alita in 2023. Very topical, Natiri. This is a very old Sideshow Collectibles bust nowadays. I think still stands up with today's standards. It's one of the Sideshow's better pieces that they've produced, certainly in the last decade. Very topical movie with Avatar, the sequel finally arriving. And then pure childhood for me, Skeletor, Tweeterhead. This is my first Tweeterhead piece, and I can tell you now it's not the last one coming, that's for sure. Tweeterhead, brilliant stuff here. This life-size Skeletor bust is fantastic, really love it, and a great price point. So 2 thumbs up for Tweeterhead. All right, last couple of pieces, guys, before we deck out. We've got a 1-to-1 Raptor from Chronicle. So big piece. It's got some the depth to it. It's about 85 centimeters in deep, and Really nice piece. I love my JP. So cracking piece from Chronicle. And then the quarter scale Sideshow Maguette of Predator. Really nice. Again, an old piece in the collection that still really holds up well. When the 1/3 comes, this one he's going to have to find somewhere else, or he might find a new home. I'm not sure yet what to do with that. And then we've got a 1:1 scale Icon Collectibles mask from Predator. Nice again. And then the Sideshow original bust. So still, I think still today, guys, this stands up. I get a lot of people really keen on looking at the Predator bust. So we have probably saved the best till last here, guys, and he sits at the entrance of the room. And if you're a Planet of the Apes fan, you're going to be gushing over this one. This is the Blue Box Hyper Caesar bust. This is the old man version, and still at 2023, still my favorite piece. Look at this portrait, full silicon. This is the same company that made the nun that I've got in the horror room there. And this is cracking. I have ordered, for you guys that know, I have ordered the Cobra. I am lucky enough to get edition number 1 there. So I've been messaging Blue Box for some time to make a Cobra, and they have finally come up with the goods for me, which is great. But this Caesar bust, still January 2023, is my number 1 piece. And he sits proudly at the entrance there, looking magnificent. So there you go, guys. There's a quick room tour for you. I've probably taken up too much of your time already, but if you are new to the channel, definitely give us a thumbs like. Give us a thumbs up there, guys. Big thumbs up. And share this with your friends. Certainly trying to try and grow the channel a little bit in 2023 for you. Some new pieces that are coming in the first few months, definitely. Comment what your favorite piece is in the collection. I know that there's many other room tours on there with hundreds of statues, etc. But this one's very more specific. There's only 50 pieces in here in total. And yeah, all have got some sort of significant value to the childhood or something like that. But certainly give us a thumbs up and a like, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Get the comments in. Let's get some big comments in. You guys know that I always reply to yous. And hoping to see a new couple of videos in January with the Predator and maybe a Drago coming in. That might be the next one. But until next time, guys, stay safe, everyone out there, and I'll see you in the coming weeks.